That's me, Gloria Bohan, growing up in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. I never imagined I'd be telling the story of how I built a 50-year-old company that's still growing. My grandfather raised his family of 7, including my father, Michael Spinelli, in an apartment above the Italian restaurant he owned on Mulberry Street. My mother, Lillian, was a pianist and kept her home filled with music, which my sister Lucille and I just loved. New York played a big part in shaping my personality. I went to Marymount Manhattan College, and I had high hopes of being in business, but my path led me to teaching and to a job at Forbes magazine, all experiences that would help me later. Just before Labor Day 1969, fate led Daniel Bohan, a friendly guy carrying a red water cooler, to my tower on the West Hampton beach, where he tempted me and my friend Eileen with all kinds of libations and food. Yep, Dan liked to do things in a big way. After a year of dating, we were married at St. Patrick's Cathedral. Dan's mother, Mary, and an avid cruiser encouraged us to have our wedding reception and honeymoon on the QE2. The ship upgraded us to a suite, provided I wear my wedding gown again for an article in the ship's newsletter. Wow, what a deal. This trip would forever change my life and begin the journey known as Omega World Travel. We dreamt for a year returning to the QE2, but when we did, there were no upgrades because the suites were being held by travel agents on a familiarization trip. I complained to Dan, my biggest cheerleader, who said, "If you can't beat him, then join him." So I did. Dan's real estate business brought us to Fredericksburg, Virginia, where I had the smaller side of the office and he had the larger. We later switched as Omega grew. Customers suggested we move farther north to service them. I pursued school trips, chartered aircraft, and was delighted when cruises started out of Norfolk. With the popularity of the 747 and new air routes, worldwide travel attracted businesses. When we went on computers in '78, it triggered high growth, and along with deregulation, we saw lower fares and airline perks, such as 2-for-1 coupons. Soon we had 4 offices in the Washington, D.C. area and even started a 24-hour hotline. The government wanted its share of new business services, and we succeeded in winning a large contract that catapulted our growth. Soon they coined the phrase Travel Management Center. We made the Inc. 500 list in 1985, the same year as Microsoft. By the early 90s, we had over 200 offices and went global with our international office in London. USA Today cited us as a pioneer in business travel. Commission cuts in the internet worried us, but we wanted to be an online player. So we went back to our roots and planned to book cruises online. That was the start of TravTech and Cruise.com. A far-out opportunity came along when the space agency asked me to speak about the commercialization of space travel, which led me and other entrepreneurs to the startup of Space Adventures, which later led us to see the first tourist in space. The 2000s brought high points, but also the terrible loss of Dan, who had been hospitalized for almost 7 years. His courage and spirit lives on with us here at Omega. Omega has faced its share of challenges, but also many accolades and awards. I have even been named godmother of 2 ships. I have great staff and suppliers who have given me much support over the years. I am devoting myself to supporting the industry's growth and to fostering innovation and entrepreneurship with the Dan and Gloria Bohan Foundation. Thank you for this incredible honor.